Techno update. Subscribe now.
Samsung Galaxy J5 Review. Design. Galaxy S7 owners needn't be too worried, though, since the J5 makes compromises in other areas, such as performance and overall build quality, in order to help keep the price as low as possible. Its plastic frame, for example, doesn't protect against water damage, and its glossy finish can't help but look and feel a little tacky after the beautifully sculpted metal frames on Samsung's mid-range A series. Still, when the latest version of the A5 is almost double the price of the J5, a plastic chassis is fairly forgivable. Display. Where the J5 leaps ahead of the 3rd Gen Moto G is its 5-in, 1280 by 720 Super AMOLED display. This is the cheapest Samsung phone I've ever seen to come with one of its Super AMOLED panels, and it makes other budget LCD-based displays look positively insipid by comparison. The screen on the Moto G, for instance, is pretty good, but it can't match the sheer vibrancy of the J5's display. With its 100% sRGB color gamut coverage, perfect black and contrast ratio, images on the J5 look absolutely stunning, and I've yet to see an LCD-based screen at this kind of price that can best it. Performance. Admittedly, it's not the fastest handset around, as its quad-core 1.2 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 410 processor and 1.5 GB of RAM put its day-to-day performance on par with almost every other budget smartphone. In Geekbench 3, the J5 scored 459 in the single-core test and 1,343 in the multi-core test, putting it just behind the Moto G on our budget leaderboard. That said, Samsung's Android 5.1.1 based TouchWiz interface still feels relatively smooth and responsive, and apps don't take an age to open either. The Moto G proved quicker at loading games, but web browsing was more or less a level playing field, as evidenced by the J5's Peacekeeper score of 634, which is only around 100 points short of the Moto G. Scrolling was a little jerky in places, and browsing could be rather stop-start when pages were still loading, but otherwise surfing the web was pretty hassle-free. Camera. Like a lot of budget smartphones these days, the J5 comes equipped with a 13-megapixel rear camera. More pixels doesn't necessarily mean better quality photos, though, as I found the J5 could be quite temperamental depending on the lighting conditions.